Hello, Internet. I'm back with Jamie Boyt. Hello, Jamie.
Hello, Baz.
Now, Jamie, you did something quite impressive at the weekend. Would you like to tell us?
I won the Northern England's regional championship,
Yeah,
which
so,
is
yeah.
amazing.
The Wakefield regional, which is the first UK regional with the new rule set, actually. So, what we're going to do is we're just going to briefly go over Jamie's team in this video. He will be uploading. What are you uploading to your channel?
I will be uploading a complete team report on the team and all of my matches from the regionals.
Okay, so go and subscribe to him. I'm sure they will all be very entertaining. I'll be watching them at least as well. So we're just going to have a quick look over his team in this video, and then we'll just talk about the regional and bits and pieces where we are in the format, in the season, and everything so far. So a brief look at the team. Here it is. I'm sure you'll see it all on his channel as well. But popular combination of Mega Rayquaza and Primal Kyogre. Gengar, which is quite nice, and Scizor, which I quite like, Raichu, which is one of my favourites, and Togetic as well, which is a bit of a...
That's confused a lot of people. Like, they don't know how I did it.
Yeah.
Little secret, Togetic came to one match in the entire tournament, but it's still... in practice, it was really good. It's fitted its role on the team perfectly. So, it's basically the bulkiest follow meter there is. Its bulk can take a Mawil's Iron Heads, which is just amazing. Like,
yeah, I mean, obviously, the first question people would say when they look at your team is, why have you got a Togetic over a Togekiss?
Yes, well, the main difference is the speed, because with Togekiss, you want to get up your Tailwind and then start flinching everything. That's if you're not going for Follow Me. Start flinching everything. With Togetic, you can have it super slow. It can underspeed Mawil's, and it can go for after you if they set up Trick Room. So it's more of a Trick Room counter than let's get some flinches, which is a completely different role. So that, like, Togetic and Togekiss, the same line, but they're completely different Pokemon.
I'm intrigued by your speed stat here.
The speed stat was thanks to Jamie Miller. I was originally running relaxed minimum speed completely because of gyro ball damage from Ferrothorn. But this speed stat with the 2 IVs and bold, it outspeeds a paralyzed Mega Rayquaza so that you can follow me in extreme speed.
Have you got Nuzzle on your Raichu?
I have got Nuzzle, yes.
Okay, so you have got means of paralyzing them.
I do have a means of paralyzing them. So, like, I would definitely go min speed. If there wasn't Nuzzle on Raichu, if you want to change it for, like, Encore or Protect or something like that, definitely change to completely minimum speed. But because if you have some sort of paralysis on your team, run 46 speed exactly on Togetic.
Yeah, so let's have a little look at Raichu next then, seeing as it's here.
Yeah.
With a very interesting ability.
Yes, because originally on Togetic, I think until the day before the regionals, I was running Thunder Wave over Tailwind. So obviously I didn't want to not be able to paralyze anything I needed to with a Raichu on the field as well, because the Lightning Rod would just take it away.
Yeah.
And because it's completely physical as well, the Lightning Rod boost is useless. So I used Static instead, but then changed to Tailwind and didn't have time to change it to Lightning Rod.
Yes.
So I would like to say it's like an amazing meta call. Like no one used an electric move against Raichu, but then you get the tiny chance of paralyzing them, and then that puts you in an amazing position. But yeah, it's because it was the day before, so I couldn't change
just,
it.
a quick interesting note that Raichu do tend to be physical these days as well with Volt Tackle.
Yes, the Volt Tackle can one-shot Kyogre, it can one-shot Ho-Oh, it can one-shot Yveltal, all very big threats. The Kyogre, I needed something that could one-shot Kyogre. And it was originally a Thunderous Therian with Choice Specs Thunder, which does one-shot Primal Kyogres. But then I was missing the support that Raichu can give with Feint, especially because of Quick Guards from anything protecting Xerneas from a Bullet Punch from my Scizor. I really needed the Feint to break the Quick Guard. So that's why Thunderous changed to Raichu.
Yeah, like no Encore on this Raichu, which is quite interesting. If you didn't have the Zap Plate, you could even have like an Assault Vest on this, right?
Oh, no. Oh, yeah, I considered Assault Vest. I thought it was really funny that I could actually use an Assault Vest Raichu, but you need the Zap Plate to guarantee KOs with Volt Tackle.
Yeah, I'm sure it would take like a Draco Meteor or two with, probably 2 really, with the Assault Vest.
Yeah,
All right.
that'd be interesting.
So quickly have a look at Scizor next then, because it's a Scizor. So
Yes,
it's pretty basic, isn't it? Really?
it's my favorite Xerneas check. Even with all the quick guards going around, I just prefer the setup that Scizor can give you. And then like when they don't have quick guard, the bullet punch is amazing.
Yeah,
I
it
think
works well with Kyogre as well, obviously.
Yes, it does. The EV spread, I think, is the most interesting part. It's not just a standard 252. What it does is it takes 2 Salamence Hyper Voices. Because that Mega Salamence is obviously a problem for the team because it outspeeds Mega Rayquaza. So I needed... the main check is the Icy Wind on the Gengar, but this is just a backup so that I can still get up a Swords Dance in front of it and take 2 Hyper Voices and get some damage off.
Yeah, very slow as well for obvious Trick Room matches.
Very slow. It underspeeds min speed Smeargle because I lost one game when I needed to bug bite the thing next to a min speed Smeargle and couldn't because then I got put to sleep. I think my Lumberry was already gone at that point.
That game was on a video, wasn't it?
I think so.
I think it was. Yeah, either
Go check out my channel for that. So
yeah.
yeah, and also it's needed to underspeed Minspeed Cresselia so that I could +2 Bug Bite KO the Cress before it could skill swap their own Groudon. Because then what would happen is if I got Scizor and Kyogre on the field, I Bug Bite, KO the Cress, they would have gone for skill swap, then they end up eruptioning with the rain still up, and then I just KO them.
Yeah. So Scizor does work nicely with the Gengar here, with the common, against the common.
Gengar Scizor is an amazing Smeargle Xerneas check. Because I can just taunt... I usually taunt the Xerneas instead of the Smeargle, because they usually follow me away. They either use follow me to redirect the taunt, then the Smeargle is taunted anyway, or they fake out the Scizor, and then I stop the Geomancy, and then I can just taunt the Smeargle the next turn. Yeah. So I think that works out really nicely as a Smeargle Xerneas check. It was actually on stream. My 4th round match against Joseph Richardson was against the Common 6.
Yeah, I watched that
on the first turn. The first turn went amazingly for me, but then I didn't capitalize my second turn enough because I got a knockout on a Mega Rayquaza, Mega Salamence turn 2.
Yeah.
That's even Megaing, but that actually gave him this free switch Talonflame. I should have Swords Danced again the second turn.
Yeah, he didn't need to quick guard because a +1 bullet punch doesn't knock out
No, it with 252 it's 99% maximum. With this one, it's still a KO on 44 defense Xerneas with +2.
And interesting with Icy Wind and Skill Swap as well.
Oh, the skill swap. Oh, people need to go and see my final. I got huge power onto my Mega Rayquaza, and that was beautiful. It did 90% to a Bronzong with its Dragon's Ascent.
Yeah.
It was amazing. I loved it. The skill swap is obviously mainly for Kyogre to reset the rain when they switch in a Groudon, or if they've got a Groudon that's won the Weather War. I can get a secondary way of stopping their weather, because I've got Rayquaza that can airlock it or Mega Evolve to get the Del Stream to beat it. But if Rayquaza's gone, I felt I needed a second way of still winning the Weather War. Yeah. So that's what Skill Swap's mainly for. But it's also really good for neutering Mawilds, neutering Kangaskhans, etc.
Yeah.
And I even got a Lightning Rods from a Raichu, so it couldn't attack me.
Yeah, I noticed that.
So that was really cool.
And we'll just have a little look at this Rayquaza as well, and seeing as it's the only one we
Yeah,
haven't looked
so
at yet.
Life Orb is amazing. Like, you should probably be using Life, and if you don't have Life Orb on your team, use Life Orb and Rayquaza. Like, Sash can be nice, but you need the power that Life Orb can give you.
Yeah, I was impressed with the power Life Orb did. I mean, it helps with extreme speed, being such a handy move.
Yeah, extreme speed being +2 is so nice, because you can get around the Follow Me Smeargle and just extreme speed the thing next to it, which is really nice.
Yes.
Yeah. So
you just take a Talonflame off at like 80% as well.
Yes, exactly. Talonflame, being Talonflame is also really nice. Getting the extreme speed past their potential like Tailwind or Brave Birds is really good. Yeah. So the third move, Overheat, it was necessary to be Overheat. It needs to be a fire move, because if you couldn't see already, the team is very weak to Ferrothorn and Mawile. So I needed that one-shot potential somewhere on the team for those two.
You've got 4 EVs in HP, defense, and special attack. Is that necessary?
I think the 4 EVs in special attack does something. It changes the calc somewhere. I can't remember what it is. I think it's when I'm normal Rayquaza. It increases the chance of an overheat somewhere.
This is naive.
It is naive, yeah.
I've only just noticed that.
Yeah, because a Jolly normal Rayquaza, it's a roll with overheat on Marwilds that are built to survive a +2 hidden power ground from Xerneas.
Is that right?
I think that's right.
Oh, I was looking at it the other day. I think, I mean, we can obviously check it afterwards, but I thought even Jolly Life Orb overheated was still...
with Mega Rayquaza, it's a knockout, but normal Rayquaza, it's
I see,
not.
yeah, okay.
And I thought that might come into play at some point.
Okay.
So, and I didn't want to go hasty because then that means that Jolly Kangaskhan Double Edge can KO. It can't if you're not defense minusing nature.
Yeah.
So, and naive, you still survive a Kyogre's Ice Beam if you haven't taken a Life Orb hit or reduced your defenses with Dragon's Ascent. So I thought naive.
Most of the time, actually. It's funny that I know this calculation because I've been, playing around with Rayquaza as well.
Yes, timid, it always survives. Modest is like 30%, I think.
Yeah, if you didn't have the 4 EVs in HP, then a Life Orb, Ice Beam from a Kyogre does do about 30-odd%, about a 30% chance to one shot. Yeah, that's what I mean. But with that,
it changes to 18%.
Yeah,
doesn't
it does. Yeah, those 4 EVs make like a fair bit of difference.
There's something even better. You have to have those 4 EVs on your Rayquaza. Like some people would say, have 29 IVs to reduce the Life Orb damage. You need those 4 EVs because in a 1 in a million match, you will face a Choice Scarf Cloyster and a an Adamant Cloyster Choice Scarf speed ties with Rayquaza, so they have to be Jolly. And if they're Jolly, without the 4 EVs in HP, their Icicle Spear will have a 93% chance to KO you. If you have those 4 in HP, it has a 6% chance to KO you. Because its Icicle Spear's damage roll is almost identical for, I think, 14 of them out of the 16 are the same. Because they will almost certainly get that roll each time. It's 180 divided by 5, which is, what would it be? 36. So yeah, the damage roll would be 36 with each Icicle Spear hit, and putting that 1 extra will give you the biggest increase in survival any Pokemon can ever get, which is amazing. So you need those 4 EVs.
Just to be aware of all of those Cloyster going around.
Exactly, yeah. Like that 1 in a million Cloyster.
So you're obviously really happy to have won the tournament. The championship points you got have actually given you your World's Invite now.
Yes, I'm on 289. It would have been funny if I'd have come second because I'd have been 1 point away. But yeah, I've earned my invite now, which is really nice.
So do you have any other insightful thoughts about the tournament or where we are at the moment in the season?
I hope that this tournament has shown that the Standard 6 isn't I wouldn't say isn't the best team, but isn't the only team that people should use. Because we had 3 out of 8 of the top cuts using that team, but no one in the final had it. So this, hopefully, this was the regional that will effectively break the metagame and spur a load of creativity rather than just sticking with the Ground and Xerneas pair and the Smeargles and everything. Yeah, hopefully, it will show that there is a lot more usable things. Like I won the regional with a Togetic, and no one has any idea what it does. So hopefully, everyone will start experimenting even more now, and we'll get some more interesting teams. There's going to be a lot of really good teams that have interesting Pokemon, like different Ubers, maybe like Yveltal and Ho-Oh, and even Zekrom could come up with something that would be an amazing team. It just needs to find the right 6.
Yeah,
but it doesn't have to be those 6.
I think quite a few people, and I was sort of, kind of guilty of this as well in a little way, of, it is early in the season, just thinking that, okay, if you take sort of really standard sort of stuff like Smeargle and Xerneas and all the rest of it, then, the rest of the people, they're not going to be prepared and you'll just be able to sweep through the Swiss rounds and, easy points sort of thing. But it didn't turn out like that for quite a lot of people, actually. Yeah,
it's reaching the point where the standard is being countered enough that it's not going to be so good anymore.
Yeah. I did use a team with Smeargle and Xerneas on it. My Smeargle wasn't a very happy Smeargle. But I mean, I haven't even told you how my tournament run went, and I'm not going to really go into much detail because it was terrible. This Togekiss has got hustle, I'm just noticing.
Oh, it's supposed to be super luck because like Hustle and Serene Grace do nothing, and super luck can get a crit with Dazzling Gleam. Like
Okay.
it's not really anything, but it was super luck.
So yeah, so I didn't do too well. Actually, it was my worst performance in any official tournament ever at this regional. So I did pretty badly. So I'm feeling fantastic about this season. But it's also interesting to note that a lot of other people who you would put into the top 16 or top 32 of a tournament like that actually did pretty badly, and some went negative as well. So it's
true.
Interesting how this format has really shook up who might be considered good and not so good and competent really at the format.
Yeah, that's true. But then, like, we're still very, very early. You'll be able to see much further down the line, nearer the nationals, like who the good people will be at this metagame.
Yeah. I mean, I'm obviously in a bit of a pickle at the moment. I haven't done too. I mean, not that I've been to too many tournaments this season so far, but to say that I'm not enjoying this format is just true, I suppose. The regional though has made me think, okay, maybe there is a little bit more mileage in the format than first thought, and especially with things like the team Alex was using with the Bronzong and
that was really nice. I like the team.
Crafty Shield, Smeargle, and it is a Smeargle after all, but at least it was a little bit different with Crafty Shield. Didn't have Fake Out either, which I haven't actually seen too much of recently, but I think Fake Out Smeargle phase has sort of died down a bit now.
I think it's only still paired with the standard 6 to set up Xerneas for Geomancy, but outside of that, it's not the best move on Smeargle.
So I'm not really sure how I'm going to do this season. Obviously, I'll still try and get a Worlds invite, but I'm a little bit sort of put out by the format, I suppose you could say at the moment. But I'm still beavering away trying to get something that I like together. But I did actually have a little bit of a play around with a team like this as well. I did have the Togekiss over Togetic though, just because I think Togekiss is a bit cuter. But
no, look how small and cute the Togetic is.
But let's just have a bit of a little look at the standings here of championship points then. Okay, or maybe not because the layout that I've got has sort of screwed up the page. But you can kind of see on here that Marcus is top. There you go, with 485. That's him. It's sort of across the screen, and then we've got a few people down here. We've got people like William Tansley, actually joint with Jamie Miller for highest in the UK. And go Willams.
Joseph Richardson.
Third, yeah.
Yeah, only 4 points ahead of me.
Yeah.
I'm so close to top 3 in the UK.
Rachel has got her World's invite now as well.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, so 23 people in Europe have already got their World's invite. Justin Miller as well, who was one of the players that I was sort of mentioning, who did actually pretty terribly in the tournament. I'm pretty sure he was kicking himself at the end of the day. He's just a few points off qualification as well, but I'll get off this page because it's really not looking very pretty on there, is it? So let's go back to Togetic here. And so, yeah, that didn't look very good. But I mean, it's interesting that there's a few players that are like new to like Masters, like Joseph is, or new to being considered as like a top player as well. Because I mean, I think Joseph is obviously the big new contender in the Masters division as far as the UK players are concerned. Did he go to Worlds last year?
He did. I can't remember how he did. I think he went he went positive, but I can't remember any more than that because he was playing in the seniors division.
Yeah, in the senior division. So I mean, going positive at Worlds is still pretty good. So he's had a really good season so far. He's obviously got all these championship points. He's definitely a player to watch out for. I've never actually played him myself, so I can't really judge too well. I haven't really seen him play too many games either. I think I've just watched him do play that one game against you at the Wakefield regional just earlier.
Yeah.
But he's obviously one to watch out for. And William Tansley as well is another player who I'm sure, was he like ranked first in the world on Battlesport for a little
He
while?
was ranked first first in the world on Showdown, reaching like the 1800s at one point. And then yeah, I don't know if he's been overtaken now, but he was best in the world on Battlesport as well.
Yeah,
I
that is
think he reached
impressive.
the 1800s on that as well.
Yeah, I don't know how
So
many like battles he actually does, how much time he puts into playing Pokemon, but it must be quite a lot.
yeah,
But he's the first person really that I know of that used this standard team.
I think he was the pioneer of the Standard Six. Yeah,
I mean, it's like, no offense to him at all, but last year he just used everyone else's teams, so it would surprise me if he made that team himself. I think he must have got it from someone, but I don't know. I've never seen any teams that he has built, so maybe you'll have to tell us. If you're watching this, William, then tell us: did you build that team, or did you take it from someone?
yeah.
But yeah, last year he made it to day one at Worlds, but last year I don't know, he was like just sort of a journeyman Pokemon player who like was obviously competent at the game but hadn't really got any good results. Now he is reached number one on Battlesport and on Showdown, and he got ninth in this regional as well, so he
Yeah, he
missed
just
out on the
bubbled.
top cut.
Yeah,
And I'm pretty sure he's won like a couple of Premier Challenges as well, which is
he's won quite a few
reasonable
Premier
achievement
Challenges.
too.
Yeah,
So I think it's definitely a player to watch out for. It's interesting, really, because the UK hasn't really had that many sort of world-class players in the past, well, forever, really, to be honest, like, honestly. I mean, there's only a handful of players that have even gone positive at Worlds from the UK, like Zog, me, Ben, Lee,
me.
you, yes, and
Yeah.
didn't mean to miss you out. And Ben Gould
It's
as well.
because I placed higher than you, wasn't it? You're still salty. Even though we had the same record, I was like 8 points higher.
Yeah,
or 8 places
me
higher.
and like us two here talking on this video, we were the only UK players that went positive at Worlds last year.
Yeah.
But Jamie Miller, has played at Worlds twice as well, and he didn't do too well, did he? But at least he's made it to Worlds.
He went 3-4, so he was just
And,
under.
like Ben has been positive at Worlds twice as well. So
Yeah.
we have got some good players, but like the depth really hasn't been there. But I think this is the first year that we have got players that are actually good, like really good. Like Joseph could easily do well at Worlds. You could easily do well at Worlds. William Tansley could easily do well at Worlds as well. So we've got this new wave of UK players coming through.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's probably similar in Europe as well. This is obviously not just people from all over the world watching this video. But I mean, as well as that, it could be a product really of this format just being like flattening the skill level, if you know what I mean. Like, because there are so many speed ties and I think like maybe, I mean, I'm hoping and I think it will change as the season goes on. But in this early stage, I think there might be a little bit more luck involved and just I don't know really right matchups. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
I think I don't know if you agree on that. I mean, don't feel obliged to agree. But
So long as Smeagol is very common, luck will always be involved.
well, especially if they have Moody on it.
Yes, absolutely. I don't know whose bright idea it was to give a Pokemon that learns every single move, especially Dark Void, Moody, so that it can boost its evasiveness and boost its speed to ruin matches. So
Yeah, I mean, I am probably one of the few people that actually prefers own tempo on Smeagol, just because you don't want to spike yourself with an accuracy or speed drop or anything. And it is always satisfying when they swagger your Smeagol as well, and it does nothing.
yeah.
But that's that really. So, well, we've actually been waffling on for almost 25 minutes. But
Oh, not bad.
yeah, so here's a brief look at Jamie's team and a bit of a talk about the tournament and where we are in the season. Me personally, I'm hoping that I'll be able to get on the board at some point. Actually get some kind of team, because I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna get all down or anything, but my playing time in this game is hanging on the balance, I think, with this season, because if I don't do too well, then maybe I might take a little bit of a step back, but from playing. But we'll just have to see how it goes, I suppose. But thank you for joining me, Jamie.
That's all right. Go and subscribe to my channel for
Yes,
the full
that's it.
team report of this team and all of the matches from the regional.
Yeah, I will link Jamie's channel in the description below, and so you can see everything properly on his channel. And he's got quite a few games on there already. He's been how long have you been?
I've got my whole season so far on there, which is it's all VGC 15 at the moment, but I will be uploading my entire season. So all the other tournaments I'll be attending, I'll upload them as well. So I don't know how that's going to work with nationals, but we'll see. Like all my regionals I'll go to, and hopefully the nationals if I figure it out. All my matches will be on there.
Why, just as we're sort of ending, why have you decided to start this YouTube then? Because do you not have some thoughts about keeping teams secret and scouting and all that kind of stuff?
It's mainly to help me improve myself, because if I'm going over all the matches I played in a tournament, I can see what mistakes I made so that I can learn from them myself. And it will also, if I can say what those mistakes were, it will hopefully help other people improve. I'm not so worried about people scouting, because I will keep, hopefully, my best secrets hidden until I go to a major tournament. But it is mainly to help me improve as well as other people.
Yeah, okay. Well, fair enough. Well, we've gone past 26 minutes now, so thank you. Thank you again for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for watching this, guys. So, please feel free to like and share, and go and subscribe to Jamie as well. I was your #1 subscriber.
You were my very first subscriber.
I was.
I'm very happy about that.
So there you go. When Jamie Boyt is the top cutting worlds this year, I'll be his biggest fan.
Wonderful.
All right. So thank you, guys, and goodbye for now.
Bye.